Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the amazing Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? And I'm Precinct Officer 50 YAHANNA. And what you're tuned into now is the Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Houston, Galveston, Port Arthur, Beaumont, and Lufkin Friday night Lashawan Qadash class. You know, so those 5 zones are all the greater area of Houston. You know, they're all surrounding Houston. Houston, Galveston, Port Arthur, Beaumont, and Lufkin. For I.S.U.P.K. Friday night Lashawan Qadash. You know what I'm saying? Where we go over the Hebrew, ancient, Paleo, and Assyrian. We learn how to read, write, and speak the ancient Hebrew. Why? Because this is our culture, man. As so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, going into the Hebrew, learning how to read, write, and speak the Hebrew is our culture. Hebrew is our native tongue. That's the tongue that we spoke in the days of the Old Testament. Because so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Israelites the Bible speaks of. And Hebrew is the native language of the Israelites, man. The other languages that we find ourselves speaking now, Spanish and English and all these, and French and Creole and all this other language, these are languages given to us by our oppressors, man, through captivity. You know what I'm saying? Hebrew is our native tongue. And today, you know what I'm saying, we get back into that, man. Learn how to read, write, and speak the Paleo and Assyrian Hebrew, man. So with no further ado, let's get into it, man. We're gonna go over the Hebrew alphabet, like we always do. All right. This chart you see, given to you by the men above you in the I.S.U.P.K, has the Hebrew alphabet. All 22 characters of the Hebrew alphabet, going from I all the way to Phi. And notice how I starts on the right and the N is on the left. Because Hebrew is written and read right to left. And down here is the same, I through Phi, with 5 additional symbols, because if it ends in these particular letters, if a word ends in these 5 letters, then there's a different symbol for that letter at the end of the word. But let's go over it. Repeat after me. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Za, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Pa. All right. With those 22 characters, you can begin to create words. And then after creating words, well, you make your words. You don't create the words. But after you start getting your words, writing your words rather, then you can start creating sentences. That's what we're going to do today, man. I know if you've tuned into a class of mine before, I usually do novice level or intermediate, even sometimes, level Hebrew lessons. But today we're going to try to kick it up a notch. So this is going to be a more advanced lesson. But don't shy away, because we're gonna go at it one step at a time. It's gonna be great for your notes, and you know what I'm saying, we're pretty much gonna use everything that we've been learning. We're gonna use our prefixes and suffixes. We're gonna use conjugations to verbs. You know what I'm saying, past, present, and tense conjugations to whatever the verb is. We're gonna use some of the nouns, the common nouns that we know. We're gonna use some common verbs. And again, the prefixes and suffixes are going to be a big part of the lesson. But we're going to do that. Of course, we're going to write it in the Paleo and Assyrian. And even today, you know, I have a treat. You know, I learned from the Otawanium, you know, Officer 5,000 Tazalak Ban Rawo Ban. he sometimes gives scriptures with what Lashawan Qadash he's presenting to you. So that's what we're gonna do today, man. I got scriptures for you. So we're gonna get into some words, make some sentences. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get back into our culture. Understand the Lashawan Qadash, the holy tongue in the Hebrew. All right. So what the topic of today is the Most High's favorites. Things that are the Most High's favorites. All right. If you're familiar with the scriptures, you know the Most High, he's a man of war, but he has a certain fondness for certain things. He loves certain things. He has his least favorites. He has his least favorite nation. He has his most favorite nation. We're going to get into that, of course. You know what I'm saying? But he has favorites of many different things. The Most High, we're going to start it off with the Most High's favorite flower. So what is the Most High's favorite flower? You might have guessed it. It's the lily. The Most High's favorite flower is lily. So we're going to learn how to write lily in Hebrew. And we're going to get a precept for this being the Most High's favorite flower. But first, let's get it in Hebrew. So how to say lily in Hebrew is Shashan. That's how you say lily in Hebrew. Shashan. So now let's get this in the Paleo and Assyrian. It's an easy word to write. You got the sha, another sha, and then the na. Shashan. This is a bad looking marker, so I'm gonna switch it up. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, you definitely can't see that. So I'm going to switch up the marker. There we go. Shashan. And then the Assyrian. Shashan. Give a precept on it before we start formulating our sentence, because you know we're going to get it in with a sentence. We got to. The precept for the lily being the Most High's favorite is 2nd Esdras 5 and 24. I'm going to pull it too. So make sure if you're a sister, you have your head covered, and if you're a brother, you have your head uncovered. Because when reading the scriptures, you know what I'm saying? The Most High and the angels are pleased when men have their head uncovered and sisters have their head covered. So the scripture is 2nd Esdras 5 and 24. All right, let's pull it. And I'm using my phone just for time's sake. You know what I'm saying? When reading the scriptures, it's best to use an actual physical Bible. Make sure it's King James 16:11. But we're going to the scriptures, 2nd Esdras 5 and 24. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 24. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof, one lily. What this is the prophet pretty much just saying, out of everything, we're going to go into that chapter and that book for some of our other favorites. You know what I'm saying? Like sheep, like his favorite animal, his favorite smell. Well, we're not going to that one for his favorite smell, but favorite nation. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much saying out of everything you created, the Most High, this is your favorite. That's the prophet saying. He's pretty much just kind of just saying that these are the Most High's favorites out of everything he created. The prophet Ezra. So we got second Ezra's 5:24 for the Most High's lily out of all flowers, chosen one lily, Shashan. All right, so let's get our sentence. Our sentence is going to be: your lily smells beautiful. So I'm gonna change it up too. So this is an advanced level class. We're gonna start off by writing it in the verbalization. So I'm gonna be writing in Hebrew. It's gonna be English alphabet, but it's gonna be Hebrew. So that way we start off writing from right to left. So your lily smells beautiful. So your lily would be Shashanka. Why Shashanka? Because Shashan is lily and Ka, you see right over here, is the suffix for you or your. So this is Shashan is lily, Shashanka is your lily. And then smells, your lily smells, the Hebrew word for smell is rawak. Rawak is how you say smell. You might have heard that word before because it's the same word for spirit or wind, but it also means to breathe or to smell. So rawak. But since this is a verb that we're using for current tense, we're currently smelling, your lily currently smells beautiful, then we're going to have to conjugate it. So we conjugate it with a wa right after the first letter, which is ra. So it'll be rawawak. Rawawak. If it was your lilies smell beautiful, then it would be rawawak, young. But we conjugated by just adding the what right after the first letter. So rawawak. Your lily smells. And then we might know beautiful is yapa. So your lily smells beautiful. Let's get it in. Yeah, I'm gonna write it in English, just so we don't confuse too much. So. Your lily smells beautiful. All right. So let's get it in the ancient Paleo and Assyrian. You understand? So Shashanka, you got Shashanka. Shashanka. Rawawak. Rawawak. Yapa. Shashanka. Rawawak. Yapa. believe K is one of those, yeah. K, it looks kind of like the N. You need both letters, but at the same, it has the top is a little bit more extended. But at the end, K and N both go all the way down rather than curving. You see the N curved? Well, just like the N, the K curves, but at the end of a word, it goes all the way down. So Shashanka. All right. There you have it. I'll leave it up for a second so you can get it for your notes. The Most High's favorite flower, the lily, Shashan. Shashanka rawawak yapa. Your lily smells beautiful. And we got our, you know what I'm saying, our scripture, 2nd Ezra 5:24, the Most High's favorites. All right, let's move to the next. Next, we're going to have the Most High's favorite smell. You might be familiar with what the Most High's favorite smell is. The Most High's favorite scent is frankincense and myrrh. So, I'm going to write well, I got to write it in English the first way. But I'm gonna when I write it in Hebrew, it's gonna be the opposite way. So it's not. I'm gonna write it again as well. All right. So how to say frankincense and myrrh, this is a good one to know how to say in Hebrew. Because as priests, we're always buying or selling or burning even frankincense and myrrh for our classes. So frankincense and myrrh is labana wa mawar. Labana means it means frankincense, but in the strong concordance, it's appeared as white smoke or incense. You know, saying white smoke or incense. What is that? It's frankincense. So labana is frankincense. Then we have wa. Well, wa is actually, this is an advanced class. We're not going to use wa as just a word, because wa does mean and. But wa is also a suffix, or it's a prefix. It's not suffix, it's a prefix. Wa is a prefix that goes at the beginning of a word. So so we got wa, mawar. Labana wa mawar. Frankincense and myrrh. And what mawar means is myrrh. It's no secret, or you know what I'm saying, a different meaning of it. Mawar just means myrrh. So frankincense, so labana wa mawar, frankincense and myrrh. Let's I don't know what I did with them. top to the marker. I find that boy, but it's like it. But yeah, so let me get it in the Hebrew, the ancient Paleo and Assyrian. Right, left from right. So la, ba, right, la, ba, na, la, ba, na, and then wa, ma, wa, ma, wa, ma, wa. Labana, wa, ma, wa, frankincense and myrrh. All right, now we can get our scripture. Our scripture for frankincense and myrrh, we got two actually. First, I'm going to pull Leviticus 2 and 15. So Leviticus chapter 2, verse 15. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 2, verse 15. And thou shalt put oil upon it, and lay frankincense thereon. It is a meat offering. So this is the book of Leviticus is pretty much giving us the instructions on how to, give the Most High his grace by giving him offerings. This is the Old Testament, so this is back when we made offering, sacrificial offerings or just burnt offerings or any type of offerings that we were doing, we did those to the Most High. So this is saying, in that offering that we're making as a meat offering, we have to put oil on it and lay frankincense in the back. Lay frankincense on it. So that smell of frankincense, that incense being around in the offering is something that the Most High wanted. The Most High, he really liked. He really, I don't want to say he really appreciated it, but he demanded frankincense because that's his favorite smell. You'll see many sacrificial offerings made to the Most High. Frankincense has to be a part of them. And also my next scripture is going to say, even the priests like frankincense. It was such a regular thing, burning for sacrificing or offering for the Most High, that priests became fond of frankincense and myrrh. So that brings me to my next scripture, which is Song of Solomon 4 and 6. Because we do know Solomon, he was a king, but he was also a prophet. And in this particular book, these are pretty much love I want to say love letters, but they're more like Solomon just telling us this is what game looks like, young man. This is how you talk to a woman. So we're at Solomon 4 and 6. And in the middle of this, I'm just going to say love letters for time's sake. In the middle of this love letter, in the middle of Solomon showing us this pretty much pointer of game, he says this. This is the book of Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 6. Until the daybreak and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. So just to give you a little context, a better context on that, before that, Solomon was pretty much describing how beautiful a woman looks to him. So I'm going to just give us a little bit of context. Song of Solomon, chapter 4, verse 1. Behold, thou art fair, my love. Behold, thou art fair. Thou hast dove's eyes within thy locks. Thy hair is as flocks of goats. that appear from Mount Gilead. Verse 2, thy teeth are like a flock of sheep that are even shorn, which came up from the washing whereof. Every one bare twins, and none is barren among them. Pretty much have nice looking teeth, nice white pearly whites. Verse 3, thy lips are like a thread of scarlet, and thy speech is comely. Comely meaning nice and handsome, fair. Thy temples are like a piece of a pomegranate with thy locks. So your head look cute, girl. Verse 4, thy neck is like the Tower of David, builded for an armory, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. You got a nice solid looking neck, girl. Verse 5, thy two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the lilies. You already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? He complimenting her on her breasts. They're like two roes. You know what I'm saying? Two little, not little, but a roe is like a deer. So they're like two look deer that are twins, and they feed on the lilies. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes to 6, the scripture that we originally pulled. Until the daybreak and the shadows flee away, I will get me to the mountain of myrrh and to the hill of frankincense. You know what I'm saying? You already know, you know what I'm saying? The 12 tribes of Israel, black and brown people, lighting incense goes with something else that we really like, which is making babies. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he was talking about. He was talking about he's going to get back to that incense that smells so good. Not only do the priests like the smell of frankincense and myrrh, but the Most High does too. So the Most High's favorite sin, frankincense and myrrh. I'm going to write the scripture. And that is, I'm just going to write one. Well, I'm going to write them both, Salaki. So we got, damn, that's not the one I used. Most High in Christ. Leviticus, I believe it was 2:15. And then Song of Solomon 4 and 6. All right, now we're going to get to our sentence. The sentence is not going to be nothing too wild. But the sentence is, he gifted frankincense and myrrh. So he, we know, is, we're writing the Hebrew first, Lakia. So he, Hawa'ah. That's how you say he. Gifted is Nathan. That's to give or give or to gift. So Nathan conjugated for he gifted before, we would put the conjugation at the end. So who is giving? One person. So Nathan gifted. One singular. Nathan Tayah. Nathan Tayah, he gifted. That doesn't look right to me. So I'm just going to write give. He gives. Lakia. I taught the class on conjugating present, past, and future tense, but there's so many rules in those conjugations that even I forget them sometimes. I get caught up in the other rules. So Nathan will work too. There's multiple ways to skin a cat in Hebrew. That says he gives. So he gives frankincense and myrrh. Labanah. Labanah Mawar. So Hawa'ah Nathan Labanah wa Mawar. He gives frankincense and myrrh. Well, I know he will give. or he gives, conjugated properly. I remember my present tense, because that's something that I use often. So it's nawathan. We just did it actually. We just used it. Salakia for not remembering past tense for he. I would rather not give it to you than give you something wrong. So nawathan. Yep, that's correct. So he gives frankincense and myrrh. Hawa'a, nawathan, labana, wa mawar. He gives frankincense and myrrh. Let me write it down in English so we're not confused. That's actually my Adawan texting me right now. We rocking and rolling. You know, so I don't want to pause class to get a breakdown when I could just not integrate that in class. We could sidestep around that. He was just giving me some pointers. But let's get this in Hebrew. Yeah. So Hawa'a, he. Hawa'a. If I believe that's right. Hawa'a. Hawa'a. Nathan? No, it's like Nawathan. Nawathan. Labana. Labana. Wa mawar. Wa mawar. Wa mawar. There you have it. My your notes. The Most High's favorite smell: frankincense and myrrh. Labana wa mawar. He gives frankincense and myrrh. Hawa'a, nawathan, labana wa mawar. And then we have our scriptures: Leviticus 2:15 and Song of Solomon 4:6. You can always be kind and rewind and pause and go and get it for your notes. There you have it. But priests that are watching, I'm saying frankincense and myrrh is Labana wa Mawar. I know that's going to come up in the future. I wish I was burning some right now. All right, next, for as far as the Most High's favorite, we have the Most High's favorite bird. His favorite bird is the dove, or the turtle dove. Well, I'm just going to write dove because that's what it says in the scriptures. But the dove that it was referring to is the turtle dove. So the dove. How do you say dove? It's YAHANNA. And this is a name used for sisters, you know what I'm saying? Because a dove is something that's pretty and delicate. So YAHANNA is how you say dove. Let's get that in Hebrew, then we can get our scriptures. So YAHANNA, YAHANNA. Go. And the scripture that we're going to pull, we're going to go back to second Esdras, where the prophet Esdras was talking about the Most High's favorite things. So that was second Esdras. Give me 1 second, Salaki. Second Esdras 5. And this one is 5 and 26. Before we had the lily, the favorite flower of the Most High. And it was in 2nd Esdras 5 and 24. But this is the dove. So this is, and it reads, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. All right, and it goes on. I'm gonna read it just because I'm not gonna stop in the middle of the scripture. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. You know what I'm saying? Talking about sheep. One sheep out of all the beasts, which is also gonna be another one of our favorites. We're gonna move on to that next, but not until we finish dove. So the same scripture for both dove and sheep. The Most High's favorite beast and the Most High's favorite bird. 2nd Esdras 5 and 26. Let's get it. All right, so the sentence we're going to use, all right, we're starting off with the verbalization. So we're going to get our blue marker. The sentence that we're going to use is, the dove flew up high. So the dove, we know dove is YAHANNA. So the dove is similar to and what was it, Frank and myrrh, from frankincense and myrrh. That prefix that we're going to put in the beginning of our Hebrew word makes it the dove. And that prefix we're using right now is ha. So ha YAHANNA is the dove. Ha YAHANNA. The dove. And the dove did what? He flu. So flu is I.W.A.P. And it's coming back to me now. I think I was messing up on past tense for my last word, but it's coming back to me. When it's past tense, you leave it alone. For some of them, for I believe some YAHANNA or dove or something singular, and even singular masculine or feminine, you leave it alone. So I.W.A.P. means to fly, and in this sense, we're gonna not conjugate I.W.A.P. because we leave it alone for past tense. Salakia, if that was exactly what I didn't remember on our last run, but we know it for this one. So I.W.A.P. means to fly. I.W.A.P. So the dove fly or flew. The dove flew up high. So up high is two words. We have Mara, which means up, and Gabawa, which means high. So these two words are going to be connected together with a hyphen because they're correlated. So Mara, Gabawa, up high. Gabawa means elevated, you know what I'm saying, or high. And Mara means up. We know Mata means down, and Mara means up. So Mara Gabawa means up high. Let's get it in English so there's no confusion, and then we'll go to the Hebrew. So Ha YAHANNA, the dove. I.W.A.P. flew. I'm gonna write a little arrow because this is English. But up high. All right, that shouldn't be too confusing. Ha YAHANNA I.W.A.P. Mara Gabawa. This is incorrect. I gotta write. The arrows don't cut it. So Salakia. The arrows do not cut it right here. I gotta write. If it's even the verbalization, it's still English, so I can't write it. I mean, I can write the words going right to left, but I can't write the actual word right to left because it's English. So I gotta write the verbalization for Mara Gabawa this way. Mara Gabawa. All right. So Ha YAHANNA I.W.A.P. Mara Gabawa. The dove flew up high. Let's get it in Hebrew. Ha YAHANNA I.W.A.P. Mara Gabawa. So now I'm going to write in actual Hebrew, I'm going to write the Mara first and the Gabawa second, going right to left. So Mara Gabawa. We got our connectors. You know what I'm saying? Connectors are syllables. Like right here, I.W.A.P. We have one connector under I, and then a connector under wa and pa, making it WAP. I.W.A.P. That's what the connectors serve as. How many syllables the word is pronounced with. So, get it in the Syrian. All right, there you have it. I'll give you a second for get it for your notes. There you go. The Most High's favorite dove, YAHANNA. Ha YAHANNA, I.S.U.P.K, Marah Gabawa. The dove flew up high. And the Most High's favorite dove, you know, so the dove out of all of the birds, the fowl, can be found in 2nd Esdras 5 and 26. That is the Apocrypha. So remember, some of the books from the Old Testament were not in every Bible. The Apocrypha is books that are in the Old Testament that have been switched to a different book because the oppressor is the devil. When he does things, he makes things like that happen. He's always trying to steal tablets and steal artifacts and separate things and you know what I'm saying, just make people's life harder. That's what he's known for. That's why some of the books in the Old Testament are not in your standard King James 1611 Bible. But that's why you got to get an Apocrypha, King James Apocrypha. So that's that. We got the Most High's favorite flower, the lily. Then we have the Most High's favorite smell, frankincense and myrrh. Then we just did the Most High's favorite bird, the dove. So like I said earlier, we're going to go to the Most High's favorite beast or animal. We're going to leave that scripture up because it's the same scripture as dove. But out of all the cattle in the flock, the Most High chose what? The sheep. So the Most High's favorite beast is the sheep. That's why we're going to get into it later. But the Most High calls us his favorite people. You know what I'm saying? The sheep, the lost sheep. Because he's correlating two of his favorite things. Connecting them, rather. So I'm all right, beast. The sheep is a beast. Contrary to popular belief, the Most High's favorite beast is not the lion. The lion is his favorite cat, but not his favorite beast. The Most High's favorite beast is the sheep. All right, sheep in Hebrew is Tazawa'ana, or Tazawa'ana, Taza'awan. I got rated in blue. Taza'awan. Now this word means sheep as in plural, because this really does mean a flock of sheep, or a flock of lamb, a herd rather, but it is sheep. So just be mindful when using this word. You can't say, "Oh, that's a sheep right there," and one sheep, because this means a herd of sheep or a flock of sheep. Kaza awan, sheep. Let's get it in Hebrew. Taza, wa, and na. Taza awan. And then Assyrian. Taza, wa, taza awan. So we read the scripture already. Now we can get straight to the sentence. The sentence that I'm going to use for this is the sheep are soft. Now this is So this is going to be tricky. This is why this is a advanced level class, because we're going over everything that we've learned in the past. So we're going to have to conjugate the word soft to as if it's a verb for the sheep. So this sentence, the sheep are soft, is only going to be two words. It's going to be sheep and soft. Because in Hebrew, there's no words like the sheep are soft or the boy is big, something like that. There's no is, there's no r's. There's only conjugations to the words to connect other words. So the sheep, here, let's write it down, let's get it in. So the sheep, we already know we have to have our prefix, ha, and then sheep, taza, wan, the sheep, no R, but soft is going to be conjugated. So the Hebrew word for soft is rakak. So what are sheep? What is soft? The sheep are soft. The sheep is plural, remember. So the sheep, the sheep, which is plural, are soft, which currently are soft. So this is present tense plural. So this will be, rakak is the word, it's ra and then ka, then another ka, but we're going to have to put a wa after the first word. So it's rawakakyum. So we put that wa after the first letter, and then we put a yum at the end to make it plural. So rawakakyum. Rawakakyum. Taza awan rawakakyum. The sheep are soft. And I'm only going to underline the conjugators or the prefix or the suffixes. So ha, that's the sheep, and rakak with wa and yum, making it plural, currently plural. Soft. The sheep are soft. Now we got to get it in the Hebrew and we ought to be all set. Let's see how we doing with time. We're just about done. Well, I was trying to save the best for last, but I guess we can do without. We're going to have to. But I'll tell you what it was going to be. The Most High's favorite nation. Israel is the Most High's favorite nation. Black and brown people, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. So the children of Israel are the Most High's favorite nation. And that can be found in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6. It was a special people above all nations, paraphrasing. But we couldn't get to it in time, so we're just going to finish this one. So, ha taza wan rawakakyum. The sheep are soft. Let's get this in the Hebrew. Ha taza wa and na. Ha taza awan. Ha taza awan. And then rawakakyum. Ra, wa, ka, ya, ma. Ra, wa, kak, yum. And then Assyrian. All right. You got it, Israel. Got the Most High's favorite beast, the sheep. Taza Awan. Ha Taza Awan Rawakakim. The sheep are soft. The book of 2nd Ezra and the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 26. So today we went over some Hebrew. We learned that the Most High's favorite flower is the lily. The Most High's favorite bird is the dove. The Most High's favorite smell is frankincense and myrrh. And the Most High's favorite beast is the sheep. And I guess we already knew the Most High's favorite people, his chosen people, the nation of Israel. So with that, we're going to close class. I'm going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers, the Akim, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatham, and Shalom to the sisters. Yahweh Shamar Alathan by Hashem Yahweh Shah. Shalom, Israel.